Hey guys, Lizardlea here for more tiny stockings ornaments. It's very weird that I did the more tiny stockings before I did the tiny stockings. But that's the order I did them in, so that's the order it's getting polished in. Enjoy! Alrighty, back for more of these good questions. I think that's what it was, right? It was like 350 good questions. I don't remember. I don't know. I finished off on 44, the cure for hiccups. So 45. What invention doesn't get a lot of love, but has greatly improved the world? Uh, doesn't get a lot of love. You guys, I have no idea. Like, all of the things I'm thinking of get a lot of love. Like, the internet, computers, TVs, slicing bread. uh, the flashlight. Like, everything is useful in its own way, so I don't know. Doesn't get a lot of love, but has greatly improved the world. Yeah, I don't know. 46. What's the most interesting building you've ever seen or been in? Ooh, the most interesting? Oh, shoot. Um, well, I have to say Notre Dame, especially now, is definitely up there. It always was for me because I love the Notre Dame. Okay, so I almost said Notre Dame. I jump between the two. If I specifically say the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I always say of Notre Dame because that's how it's sung and said in the movie. But sometimes I'll say Notre Dame. It just depends. I don't know why, but that's how it is. But yeah, even before all the tragedy of it burning and collapsing, it was still incredibly interesting and it was absolutely stunning. But now, obviously in hindsight, it's even more so because I got to see it, like at the peak. I got to see it when it was the best. Because now, they could rebuild it and make it an exact replica, but it won't be the same because it'll be made, newer. It won't be, it wouldn't have been made hundreds of years ago and by people who didn't have, access to the kind of technology that we do and cranes and all these other things or whatever. And it's just, I remember my family, we were at a hotel. Gosh, where were we? In Wyoming, I want to say, when we found out, and we were just so crushed. Like, my whole family loves cathedrals, and Notre Dame is, like the one that if you say, everyone will know what you're talking about. And now, it's such a tragedy. I'm just thankful that no one was hurt, or at least in my memory, no one was hurt, no one died, any of that. So, that's something. Oh my gosh, the screen, you guys, that is the hot chocolate that David made me, and it was way, 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 way too hot, and I just take teeny, teeny, tiny sips. So, if you guys saw the video a while back that I mentioned, he made me way too hot chocolate. It's right there. That's it. Sorry. Okay, back to the question. Okay, besides Notre Dame, the most interesting building I've ever been in. Hmm. I mean, personally, I find museums to be incredibly interesting. So, I don't know if I should argue that the things in the building are what's interesting or the building itself is what's interesting. Because Notre Dame, it was the building and everything in it. For a museum, it's just the stuff in it. Like if you take all of the cool stuff out of a museum, it's just a boring building. There's nothing interesting about it. Versus, Notre Dame back in the day, if you took all of the cool things out of it, it would still have, you know, stained glass windows, all of the architecture, like everything about Notre Dame would still be so awesome and interesting. So, I don't know if I should argue one or the other, but I don't think I can really pick a favorite museum. I love all kinds of museums. Here in Las Vegas, we have the, what is it? The Natural History Museum? Is that what it's called? It has dinosaurs. It has all kinds of just animals. It has monkeys, you know, an ox. Not real ones, just replicas. I do believe they do have real fish, though, so that was always really cool. There's an area specifically for kids. Super fun. I love that one. I've gone to that one several times, and it's always really fun, no matter what. Oh. Oh, dear. Is my video in the wrong order? I think my videos are in the wrong order. Oh, crap. Un momento. Alright, yeah, I had to re-edit my videos, or my video, because I had it in the opposite order. You were seeing the last of what I was stitching instead of the first. So when I said that there was a hot chocolate on the screen, it won't be there anymore, because I'm a liar who doesn't know how to edit her videos. It's a lot of work, okay? I have to get them in the right order, because I don't name them. Anyways, that has been resolved. It's in the correct order now. I mean, I could go back and edit out what I was saying, but like, you know, now you can just laugh at me, and or you could think you're going crazy because there's no hot chocolate on the screen. You know, it's whatever. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Okay. Like there was an art museum I remember going to in Spain in high school with I want to say it was my freshman year. It could have been my sophomore year, though. It was my history and English class, and they both did that. They were both connected, freshman and sophomore year. And it was really fun. Like, I got to walk around with my friends, but I also got to look at the artwork, and I loved it. So, yeah. Don't remember what it was called. There was a gigantic sculpture right outside, but I don't remember what was it. Was it of a whale? No, it wasn't. It's been too long. Wait a minute. I just jumped between two different museums. The one in Japan was an art one that I got to go with my friends. The one in Spain was like jewels. It was things that they found around the world. And it was all kinds of stuff. It didn't specifically have to be like art. Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy. I was talking about two museums. Oh my gosh. Okay, the one in Japan was when freshman and sophomore year stuff. It was all combined, and it was specifically art stuff. And then the one in Spain, I think it was just all kinds of stuff throughout history. Gosh. Heck, I don't know anymore. We're just gonna move on, because I'm clearly insane. 47. What mythical creature do you wish actually existed? Okay, so like, I freaking love dragons, but I would only want dragons to exist if they were going to be friendly with humans, because they would be the apex predator. If they didn't like humans, we would die, you guys. I don't think it would be like The Hobbit, where someone very skilled at archery kills it by getting it in just in the right spot. No. I think we would die if the dragons hated us. So, if I were to take these mythical creatures as they are expected to act, based on like popular books or just, majority thoughts, maybe a phoenix? Because in my mind, they were never angry or mean, but they could resurrect, which is awesome. Oh, wait, but that means we might use, like, scientists might do terrible experiments on them so that we could start to resurrect. I don't want the poor phoenix to go through that. Unless it's, like, not painful. And, like, not harmful or anything. And I feel like it would be. Ah, okay. What's another mythical creature? I mean, Nessie could already exist. The Loch Ness Monster could be real. And we just may not know it because, you know, whatever. But I don't think that would harm anybody. Because it would just be one, right? The mythology around it is that there's only the one Loch Ness Monster. I don't know. I could be wrong. So I guess with that, I could also go with Bigfoot. But no, I'd want it to be something like really cool and interesting. Oh my god, mermaids. That would be awesome. Yeah, a lot of sailors would die, but I mean, we need to get out of the water anyways, because we're just polluting the oceans at this point. Although I probably wouldn't get sushi anymore, huh? Because then the mermaids would eat the sailors, and then we wouldn't have any more salmon or tuna. And that would make me sad. Oh! Why is there a downside to every single one I like? Fairies? I mean, some mythology has them super duper evil. Some mythology has them very kind and sweet. So there's downfalls to all. Centaurs would probably be the new apex predator. Minotaur definitely. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like everything I'm coming up with is a bad idea. I really want dragons. Could they just be nice? Okay. 48. What are your most important rules when going on a date? I mean, now it's just, you know, like, have fun. I mean, even before David, I feel like that was my most important rule. I don't know. I have not gone on very many dates. Like, it just didn't fall that way for me, I guess. Or the cookies didn't crumble that way. I have no idea what saying I'm going for. But, yeah, like, just have fun. Like, even if it's just, like, a small dinner date, like, you can still chat and have fun. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess, like, if I were to tell someone else, like, these are rules you should probably follow when going on a date, I would say don't put your expectations too high, but also don't put them too low. I especially on, like, a first date or, like, even just a second, like, pretty early on, don't expect, like, a 5-star restaurant. And if you do, you need to pay for your half. Whether you're the boy or the girl, I don't care. Oh, you know, both girls, both boys. I think if it's really expensive, you should have to pay for your own meal unless the other person is, like, super well off. And then only if they offer. Do not go in expecting someone else to pay for you unless you've discussed it beforehand. That is something that's always just, yeah, like, even now I still try and sometimes offer to pay for my food, and David always tells me no. But that's why I joined Grubhub Plus on my account. So I'm paying for all of our food now when we have it delivered. When we go out or anything, he still pays for everything. But I also, yeah, don't have them too low, because you don't want to bring someone into your life that you feel you won't be happy with. Someone that you feel you need to change. You should try to get someone who you like how they are already. Don't do not pick someone because you want to fix them or change them. You're not going to get what you want. You're both going to be unhappy, and it's not worth it. No one likes that. Yeah. I mean, just go in with an open mind. You know, you might typically date, you know, really nerdy, smart guys, and this new date might be a jock who's like really into sports. And don't assume that you know, couldn't be in front of your life partner. You don't know. You gotta give him a chance. Especially like if you find him attractive, you know, for all you know, he is very smart. He just likes to work out a lot. You don't know. So yeah. Moving on. 49. How do you judge a person? I judge them based on their actions, you know, their words. Like, I try not to judge people based on their appearance. Just because, like, I am very low maintenance. I brush my hair. I don't put any product in it. I don't wear makeup. I wear comfortable clothing. So, you know, like, I can't judge someone else because, oh, wow, they look like they don't care about their appearance. I don't. Why should they? And then, I mean, judging someone just because I find them unattractive I think that's terrible. Like, everybody has different tastes, so, you know, everybody has someone out there for them. And just because that person is not for you and you're not for them doesn't mean you should judge them for it. But yeah, I judge people based on how they talk to me and what they do. If people are really nice, I assume them to be a nice person. If they're really mean, I assume they're very mean, and I attempt to avoid them as much as possible. I have been around so many mean people, and I do not like to surround myself with people like that. I like to surround myself with friends who are kind and friendly and, yeah, nice. Like, that's, yeah. I'm gonna move on. 50. If someone narrated your life, who would you want to be the narrator? Does it have to be someone that's alive? Because if not, I would want, oh god, what was his name? Chris Price? Hold on. I have to Google his name now. Let's see. Scooby-Doo Price. P-R-Y-C-E? Was that how his name was spelled? I'm pretty sure. No? Dang it. Okay, how about, Michael Jackson's Thriller. Vincent Price. Oh, I had it wrong. And it's P-R-I-C-E. I'm sorry. Vincent Price. If I could have any voice, his voice is my favorite voice of all time. I know it's sad that I couldn't remember his name. I'm terrible with names. My bad. I love his voice, though. I have no words. He did the talking at the end of Thriller. He was the sorcerer for the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. So that's why, like, those are my two main things that I remember about him that always pop up. Like, you know, oh, what did he voice? Ah, yeah, he voiced this. Oh, yeah, he voiced this. What was the guy's name? Vincent Van Gogh. There we go. That was his name. So he was super fun. If I can't have him, I feel like it's like everybody loves Morgan Freeman. So, like, that would be wrong. Or, oh gosh, I forgot. Earl Jones. Darth Vader. Mufasa. Earl? What is his first name? It's something Earl Jones, isn't it? Dang it, Earl. I am totally bombing right. James Earl Jones. There we go. He has an awesome voice too, but again, I feel like he's really popular, so most people are going to pick him. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, if it's just for like realism, Emma Stone is super chill and really fun and very funny. So I feel like if she were to like, make fun of me, it would be perfect. And I really like her. She is an awesome actress. Sandra Bullock is also okay. I don't know. Vincent Price is my favorite voice of all time, you guys. 51. What was the most unsettling film you've seen? So there are movies I'm not going to name because I do not want you guys looking them up because they are just so far beyond Saw that it's not kind to you. So I'm not going to name them. But yeah, I've seen some unsettling movies. And I'm good. 52. What unethical experiment would have the biggest positive impact on society as a whole? I mean, would the Phoenix one I was just talking about earlier have a positive impact on society? People, if they died, they would get resurrected? Or, no, I mean, I guess ultimately that could be bad. Do you have a choice? Maybe if you have a choice whether you want to be resurrected or not, it could be positive. But I mean, like, less death. But then again, because of that, there'd probably be more car accidents and stuff along those lines, right? And obviously that would be bad. Unethical experiment. I mean, I don't know. The biggest positive impact. I don't know. Like testing on people to find a way to stop people from aging? I don't know. This is kind of making me uncomfortable, honestly. I'm gonna move on, sorry. 53. When was the last time you were snooping and found something you wish you hadn't? I don't know. I'm not really a snoop. I know. I don't believe you. I just, like, I'm not an overly suspicious person. Like, I don't know the pin to David's phone. He doesn't know the pin to mine. It's fine. I don't have any of his passwords for anything, and so I don't, and I just trust him, so I don't feel the need to snoop. Yeah, I don't know. Found something you wish you hadn't. I can't think of anything. I'm sure there were plenty of things when I was younger, but nothing's coming to mind. 54. Which celebrity or band has the worst fan base? I don't know. Any violent ones? I have no idea. I don't really care, to be honest. Like, if I'm a fan of someone, I'm a fan of them. I don't join their fan club. I don't, go out of my way to talk to people that are also specifically fans of that one band or celebrity. I can tell you one of the people who has one of the best fan bases, and I feel like that's going to be Britney Spears, because so many of her fans are banding together to try and get her out of this dictatorship. Or, that's not the correct term, I'm sorry. What is she under? The thing that she's in, she just can conservatorship, that's what it is. I knew I had the wrong word. They're trying to get her out of that, because she should not be in it. She shouldn't have been in it for a very freaking long time now. And I think it's great that her fans are coming together to try and help her, because, freaking society, the law, the government, is not letting her help herself, which is just ridiculous. Like, she's a grown-ass woman. She is not mentally impaired in any way. Like, yeah, okay, you can talk about her mental breakdown or whatever you want to call it when she shaved her head and everything. I don't think that was a mental break. I think that was her just going, I have had enough of the way the paparazzi treat me with always following me around, and I've had it. And honestly, like I watched that documentary that was on Hulu last month, and it's so ridiculous what paparazzi get to do. I understand that, like they make a lot of money and, people look at these pictures, but like, no, I'm not a fan of Britney Spears because of a picture of her looking angry with her head shaved and an umbrella pointing at a dude. I'm a fan of her because I like her music. I love her voice. I've seen her acting a couple times and she's always fun. So like, no, I hate paparazzi. But especially when it comes to kids. Like they were hounding her outside of her car when she had her kids with her, and it's just like, no. You when you are a celebrity, you are making a choice. You are making a choice to put yourself in the spotlight. But your kids are not making that choice. And I think paparazzi need to respect that. They need to respect that, like, oh wow, that's a child. That is a baby. That is someone who is under the age of 18. I should not be able to do this. It's kind of creepy. It's super creepy, actually. So yeah, I would say Britney Spears has a wonderful fan base, if not the best. Yeah, I don't know of anyone that has a bad fan base. I don't go out of my way to search for stuff like that. That's not something I'm interested in. It just makes me sad. 55. What are you interested in that most people aren't? Wow! Hi! Welcome to my YouTube channel. I cross stitch. Most people I've met are like, isn't that what grandmas do? Well, I mean, yeah, some grandmas do. But there are also some grandpas who are cross stitching. There are sons who are cross stitching. There are daughters who are cross stitching. Oh, wow, I'm a daughter who's cross stitching. Although, like, I don't know if necessarily it's that people aren't interested in cross stitching. Like, they're not interested in cross stitching themselves. Most people are interested in seeing a cross stitch up close. Like, they think it's really cool to see something embroidered like that. So I think it's just an interest in the hobby itself, not in the end product, if that makes sense. What else? I play Merge Dragons on my iPad, but I feel like that's probably a pretty popular game, I don't know. Maybe it's not. I have no idea how many people play the game, because I play it with, myself. Really fun. It's got dragons. I love dragons, so it's fun. I'm going to move on now. 56. If you were given a PhD degree but had no more knowledge of the subject of the degree besides what you have now, what degree would you want to be given to you? I don't think I have knowledge of anything that warrants me earning a PhD degree. I've cross-stitching, but it doesn't exist, so that wouldn't work. I don't know enough about accounting to get a PhD degree. I have a bachelor's, but there's no way I know enough to get a PhD. So, yeah, I'm just gonna bow out of that one. 57. What smartphone feature would you actually be excited for a company to implement? I don't know. Bringing back being able to plug in your headphones into an iPhone, that would be nice. I bought wireless headphones. The brand is MPWO, MPWO, and they're really nice. So I refuse, like, I can't really wear headphones that just literally just stick in your ears because I get really bad earaches and I have very small ears. So they fall out. Like, even if I get the smallest ones, it's still, it doesn't work. So these, they do stick in my ear, but they also have a piece that wraps around my ear. So if they don't stay in very well, it'll still hang off of my ear, which is perfect. But honestly, if I could continue to use my old headphones, do these have a brand? Yeah, I had just have Panasonic blue earbuds. Like, they're totally cheap, but they work really well. I really like them. I really wish I could plug them into my phone, because then I wouldn't have had to buy the wireless headphones. Although I guess technically it is wired, so like the earbuds are wired to each other. They just don't wire to the phone, if that makes sense. I don't know. It works for me. Like, I when I go on my walks, they work. But like the oh gosh, what are they called? There's an actual name for them. AirPods? Is that what they are? The little white ones? I know. Especially because if one of them falls out of your ear, like, it's gonna fall on the floor most likely. And that would happen to me. And that's just gross, but also, like, it could actually very easily get destroyed that way. Versus these ones, even if both of them fall out, it's still wrapped around my neck, so it's just gonna fall onto my chest, and my chest is not the ground, so it's not gonna, they're not gonna break. So I'm good. That's all that I have. I don't know. Phones can do so much. And literally 3 years ago, you guys, just a little over 3 years ago, I still had a flip phone. So I was almost 30 and still using an old school phone. So, smartphones still kind of blowing my mind a little bit. 58. What's something people don't worry about but really should? The sun. Wearing sunscreen, sunburns. I am one of those people. I try to avoid the sun, and yet I constantly forget to put on sunscreen if I'm going out. What's something else people don't worry about? I mean, I feel like a lot of people worry about global warming. It's just not the right people. All the people who have enough money to actually make a difference and, say it's not real and whatnot. Like, also, Las Vegas, it snowed earlier this year and it snowed last year. How can you say that the earth is getting warmer? Like, I hate people who say crap like that. Like, yeah, no, bro, that's part of it. That's a side effect. You're an idiot. Anyways, I'm just, that's good enough. 59. What movie quotes do you use on a regular basis? Like, I don't really find moments to quote movies in the correct, like, oh, that line was perfect for this moment, I'm gonna use it. I will just spit out lines from movies and giggle. Like, to this day, I will constantly, and I've done this before, you guys, I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife. I freaking love Clue. That movie is amazing. Flames on the side of my face, burning, heaving. To make a long story short, too late. Like, honestly, I could quote that movie all day long. Such a good movie. So quotable, so funny. But, like, I don't know how often I can get those little quips into a regular conversation, like, smoothly without mentioning, like, yes, this is a quote from Clue, I mean, I guess I could do the whole too late to people. I've done that mentally, but, like, out loud, I will only do that to, like, close friends, because I don't want people to get offended by thinking that I'm, like, being rude. Like, no, if you say something like, to make a long story short, my response is going to be too late. Always. Okay, I don't know what's going on. 60. Do you think that children born today will have better or worse lives than their parents? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is a whole thing, especially lately. Like, so many parents think that their kids should go through the same things that they did. That, oh, because my dad spanked me, I should spank you. Or, because I had to walk to school through a bad neighborhood, you should have to do that. Because I got kicked out at 18, I'm going to kick you out. Because I had to do this, you have to do that. And I personally am of the opinion, like, you go through the hard times so that your kids don't have to. And that's what my family did. They let me live with them after I graduated high school. They let me stay at their house when I was going through college, so I didn't have to pay for an apartment and rent and all these other things. And I think that is just so helpful. But not everyone feels that way. There are plenty of parents who just do everything to their kid that was done to them. And I think it's ridiculous. Like, why would you want your kids to go through a hard time? You should love them, like, more than anything. Except for maybe, like your significant other. But they should be priorities at the very least. Oh, I don't know. Like, I remember, so in high school when I was in Japan, I got my car. I got Darien, and one of the first things my parents said was like, you're going to be driving your brother to school if we give you this car, right? And I was like, well, yeah, I was gonna do that. Like, I hate taking the bus. Why would I make him? And they were like, they both seemed kind of surprised, and then they were like, oh, okay. Like, my brother and I have always gotten along, so I was like, of course I'm gonna drop him off at school and pick him up. Like, I think the only issues were, gosh, what was it, Wednesdays? Because that was when we had our NHS meetings after school. But, like, I want to say on those days my mom picked him up. I don't think he came over and waited for me. Because sometimes those meetings went really long. Sometimes they were really short. I'm pretty sure my mom picked him up those days. Yeah. And I would always say beforehand, like, I've got an NHS meeting. Like, because he was in middle school, and yeah, we were on base, but I'd rather not have him walk that on his own, Like, even now, like, if my brother and I were still going to school or something, I'd be totally fine driving him around. Or my sister. Like, it's their family, That's something that you do. Okay, I got way off track. Do you think that children born today will have better or worse lives than their parents? I mean, okay, so I think in some ways it'll be better, and I think in some ways it'll be worse. And honestly, I think technology kind of goes both ways with that. It'll make their lives better because it'll be easier, but it'll make their lives worse because they won't have to deal with as many hardships. Like, we had to get by reading the dictionary and reading an encyclopedia and getting through all these things, versus kids now can just go to the internet and Google it. And yeah, it's great that you have all this information immediately at your fingertips. But the second you lose that, if you don't know how to read a dictionary, if you don't know how to read these different things, what are you going to do? And like, yeah, okay, the power goes out once every few months, and it's only for a few hours. But, I think you get my idea. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking crazy talk. I don't know. 61. What's the funniest joke you know by heart? All right, David and I said some jokes the other day. He didn't laugh at mine, so we're just going to move on. 62. When was the last time you felt you had a new lease on life? When I got my new job at Madrivo, honestly, like, Ross was so unkind to me, and I was so depressed. And just having a new job, having nice coworkers, having work I enjoy, it goes so far. But then also, because I was happier at my job, I was happier at home, and I've been eating better, I've been taking better care of myself, I've lost weight, so You know, if you go back to my videos from December 2019 and you look at me now, you can see that I'm a little bit thinner. Not a lot. I've only lost like 30 pounds, but that's still 30 pounds that I've lost, you know? I feel so much better about myself. I'm so much happier. And yeah, losing those 30 pounds has been really nice. So that's also kind of given me a new lease on life. I'm walking regularly now. It's great. 63. What's the funniest actual name you've heard of someone having? Oh God, what was it? Absidy? Where it was literally spelled ABCDE. Alright, so I read about this poor girl. Her ticket said that on there, and I guess, like, you know, they were going through the plane, and I don't know, it was like a very, very young kid, or a baby even, and the flight attendant looked at the ticket and laughed, and the mom got super pissed and upset about it. But, like, that's my main thing when it comes to a name. Think of the first way that you can make fun of a kid with that name. And then if you realize that you can continue and it's not good, give them a different name. Alright? Don't name your kid ABCDE. If you want to name your kid Absidy, ABSSIDY or something. I don't know. I'm not good at spelling these, you guys, so if that didn't work, I apologize. But you get the idea. Spell it closer to how it sounds. Don't do it in a way that you think is interesting, because people are just going to make fun of you. Like, that kid is going to get called Alphabet and all these other horrible things. Like, I don't like Blue Ivy. That's not a name to me. That's like Poison Ivy. Like, I know. And whose kid is that? Beyonce's? I don't know. People try so hard to be interesting, but, like, my first thing is just, if they're gonna get made fun of for it. They could be the most popular kid in school and someone is still gonna make fun of them for their name at some point. It's gonna happen. I'm sorry, but that's just reality. 64. What charity or charitable cause is most deserving of money? Ooh. St. Jude's. St. Jude's Hospital. That's it. That's all I've got. Them. 65. What TV show character would it be the most fun to change places with for a week? Ooh. I get to be them for a week. Sailor Moon would not be fun. It would be terrifying. Ash Ketchum would be cool because there'd be a bunch of Pokemon everywhere, and I'm, like a 10, 11-year-old kid out on a journey, taking care of myself, catching Pokemon, making friends. Yeah. I feel like Ash Ketchum. Because, like, Digimon is fun, but I'd only have one partner. Versus Pokemon, I can get as many as I want. Like, I don't remember Ash Ketchum ever running out of, like, Pokeballs. So, money is not a problem. In fact, like, the only time I remember money being an issue was Misty's bike. That was it, right? There was nothing else. I could be wrong. I haven't watched it, like, since Misty left. Oh, you guys, this is the mug. This is the mug of the hot chocolate. I'm sorry that I pointed it out too soon earlier. That was how messed up my video was. Moving on, 66. What was cool when you were young, but isn't cool now? Side ponytails. Scrunchies. Those bracelets that would snap on. Was it pants that were like super duper wide at the bottom? Pants that were also skirts. Or, like they had a skirt at the top and then pants underneath and it was all one thing. What was cool when I was young but isn't cool now? I guess Game Boys? Well, no, Game Boys are still kind of cool. Oh, yes, my cup says, fluff you, you fluff and fluff, and it's got kitties on it, and I love it. It's my favorite mug. Yeah, we're gonna move on. 67. If you were moving to another country but could only pack one carry-on sized bag, what would you pack? Clothes, my laptop. I mean, yeah, that's actually perfectly normal to me. Moving from country to country, you generally don't you don't bring a ton of luggage. I mean, usually you would have enough to get you through 1 to 2 weeks of clothes, but otherwise, like you literally only bring the essentials because everything else is getting sent with the movers and it's going to come in the moving truck. I mean, it doesn't say that this is the only thing I can bring. I'm moving to another country and this is my only carry-on. Yeah, or well, I'd pack one carry-on. I guess I can't have anything underneath. But yeah, I would have a backpack. I'd have clothes. I'd have my laptop. I'd have my iPad. I'd have pajamas. Yeah, it'd be the essentials. And then fun stuff like my iPad. I think that works. I don't know. What are you supposed to say? I'm not good at this. I'm so sorry, you guys.
They're all done?
Yay!
Yay! My fingers are so sore. They fill up my desk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43! Lord, I'm crazy!
Yay.
Now I get to take pictures and write cards or at least tags.
Thank God you've got weeks until Christmas.
Christmas is tomorrow. I was originally going to write nice notes. Okay, you know what? I'll probably right now just start with tags that say like, to so-and-so from Liz. And then later I'll write nice notes because I just...
Nice notes?
It's already 4 o'clock. Why are you mocking me?
I'm not mocking you.
You're mocking me.
If I were mocking you, you'd be mocked.
I was mocked.
You were not mocked.
I don't believe you.
You'd know if you were mocked.
I know I was mocked.
Uh,
Love you, handsome man.
love you more.
And that is the end of more Tiny Stockings Ornaments. I got 6 hours and 50 minutes of footage. The stockings were not easy. That's all I've got. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next video.